Hey everyone, welcome to Skip FM. Today's video is going to be a review of the first 6 months of my new save idea from drop to top that I've been streaming over on Twitch. The idea of the save is to take over the team bottom of the table on Christmas Day in the Premier League, trying to survive Season 1 and then thrive into the future. So Season 1 is going to be all about the survival with half the season gone already. We're going to have to work fast to fix the morale, fix the issues within the squad and try to turn the season around best we can. With January just around the corner, hopefully we can pick up some signings and get through that. It'll be a tough save. I think in real life only 4 teams have ever managed to survive when being bottom on Christmas Day. So we're giving ourselves a bit of a challenge to kick off, but hopefully it's something we can get through and complete. But if we want to be super optimistic, the 4 of those 32 teams that have managed to survive from being bottom on Christmas Day actually have a 12.5% chance of winning the league, as Leicester did. One of the 4 sides to stay up the season from being bottom on Christmas Day the season before, and then obviously going on to win the league in 2015-16. So hopefully we can turn the fortunes around in Season 1 and then Season 2, 3, 4, so on. The aim will be to try and get to the top, winning a Premier League title and maybe even pushing for European glory. So what do you think, guys? Can we join the other 4 sides and survive Season 1 from bottom at Christmas? Let me know your ideas in the comments on how you would be able to survive this relegation battle. And as this is my very first YouTube video, please feel free to leave any feedback in the comments. And please, if you enjoy the video, like and subscribe so we can help the channel to grow. Now let's jump over into Football Manager and see the side we'll be taking over this challenge with. So here we are, Christmas Day. Christmas Day in the Premier League. And Wolverhampton Wanderers at the side bottom of the table. As we can see, it's going to be a tough task. Already being 9 points adrift of Ipswich above us with 1 win so far this season, 6 draws, 10 losses. But we have got a game in hand, however that looks like it's going to be against Manchester. So that's not the easiest game in hand to have. Let's have a look at the schedule so far. So yeah, the form is not looking great. So the first win actually come on the second day of the season at home to Chelsea. So what would that make it? 15 league games without a win. So it's going to be a tough task. Yeah, 3 losses on the bounce. Leicester, who I believe were down there. Ipswich are down there, both 3-0. It looks like they've been playing a 5-2-3. So trying to find the best way to get out of the squad. So yeah, looking at these dynamics, this is going to be our biggest challenge of the season. Can we turn around our team cohesion and atmosphere and get some feel-good factor back into the club and try and build us up and find a way to survive, because it looks like it's going to be a tough first season ask to even keep us in the league. But looking through the squad, we go values, see of our players. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to build the team around Cunha potentially. I think this is our chance to survive. With Wolves in the situation in real life, you're looking at your better players. You can Cunha. Can we get the best out of Aït-Nouri and Cunha potentially on the left hand side and try and just score some goals, because it looks like that's been the biggest issue of the season so far. Yes, only scoring 13 goals, so the second lowest goal scorers in the league behind Fulham. But looks like we've also conceded the joint most of Nottingham Forest. So trying to find a way to shore up the defence and score some goals, but hopefully, potentially some January signings can help us to do that. And yeah, let's play through the season and see how we get on. So here we are, final day of the season, 2024, and we have managed to survive. And it was nail-biting, to say the least. So we went into the final game between us and Fulham. We had City away, Fulham had Arsenal away. Thankfully, we both lost, and we managed to stay up by 1 point. So it's been a tough season. If we go all the way back to the start of the schedule, so we kicked off with Chelsea and Man City right at the start when we first came in. Then we go from here. So we came in this day, so kicked off here early, tried to get through these first 2 fixtures, being a bit more defensive, but struggled to score goals and struggled to keep them out again. And then hit January with the first win against Everton. Thought, here we go, we can start to kick on now. Let's try and build some momentum. But the club gave us no money to spend in January, so that was a bit of an issue. So I'll go for our signings in a little while of who we brought in. You might start to see some in the goal scorer names here as we go through. but yeah, so then we'll pick up a couple of wins on the bounce here, try and get started, and then off we go next round. And just played a lot of the big six in the early games and just couldn't get a run going and lost then to Arsenal. Chelsea back to back, managed to pick up a win against Crystal Palace. And then again, Liverpool, Man United back to back and kind of rocked the momentum again. So I did the classic what we would see from a lot of players in these situations. We just needed a result, needed a win. So gave ourselves a random friendly against just an amateur side in the area just to try and build a bit of confidence if possible. And then into the next game somehow snuck a win, 92nd minute from Kalajdzic, which gave us that result against Newcastle. And going into these final few months, it was now or never really. With all these losses, I think we were still 8 points cut adrift. So it was going to be a tough run. And then we just started winning. And as you can see, popped up here. So in this gap here between the Newcastle and Southampton game, I saw Ronaldo was released from his Saudi Arabian contract and just put in an offer to see if we could pick him up. Was it 42k a week, and thought we need some goals if we can build around him. And he accepted and came in. So that's where we changed. So from the Southampton game, we switched our formation up to more of a 4-2-3-1 to make Ronaldo our focal point and try and just get legs around him and feed him and see if we could build a way into trying to survive this season. And then we went on a run and just kept going. Picked up another win at Bournemouth, drew with West Ham, put in another friendly again after the back of this one against another amateur side, just to try and keep a bit of momentum in the legs during the late international breaks. And it seemed to do the business. We then beat Ipswich 5-1, which again a massive result in the time against the fellow relegation rivals. Drew away at Aston Villa, which is a good result for any season. Picked up a point at Brighton at home, and you can see the Kalajdzic again, 90+2 here, 90+2 against Newcastle. And this was the big one. This is when going through the game, you're like, if we can get this result over the line somehow, can we get it done? Can we get the win? And this is where you start to believe a little bit. We were still in the bottom three, and I don't think we came out of the bottom three until the last game of the season. And then Leicester at home, 4-1 win. So they were sat with us in the relegation zone at this point. We were 17th, Leicester were 18th. So that was a big result to push us out of the relegation zone and above Fulham by 1 point, as we saw at the end. And then finished the season away at Man City. So lost 2-0, which is no shame, but thankfully Arsenal managed to put away Fulham. I believe that was quite late on as well if we look at their results. So they dropped out of form massively, which is where they slid, and we managed to catch in this gap where I think the last 9 games of the season we managed to win 6 and draw 2 with 1 loss. And you can see here Fulham's losses, then we kind of passed each other on the way through. They came down as we came up, and then we both picked up wins these late here, and it was sat just above them. But thankfully Arsenal got the job done. 74th minute, so it was tight. We were watching it tight. I think once it went 2-0 in our game, it dropped us back into the relegation zone, and I thought maybe there's not a chance. But then Saka found a way, and we managed to stay in the league. So in January, so we got quite a few. So we've got some signings here that are coming in already for next season: a new goalkeeper and a couple of centre halves. Dardai can play centre back and CDM, which would be good for the side if we stick to this 4-2-3-1, which I can take a look at in a minute. And a new goalkeeper. But if we look at our transfer history, so this has got all, because of the database, it's got all the transfers in from the summer and the previous season before. But if we just look at the ones we brought in, so we managed to get Arda Güler in on loan, which was a nice pickup at the time. We almost pulled off Lamine Yamal as well, but time ran out in the window. And then Evan Ferguson too, but he didn't really have the greatest of games really. Like he got injured quite frequently throughout the season, so we lost him for four weeks initially early doors in the January, and then lost him again for another 3 weeks. And by this point we had Ronaldo in the building, so he didn't really end up playing too many minutes for us, and only scored 2 goals. And at the time when we picked him up in January, it was like, this is the signing, this is the work where our goals are going to start to come from. But injuries just stopped that from happening. We also brought in Keylor Navas on a free because Jose Sal got injured, so needed a number 1 goalkeeper. We gave Johnson a few games, but it just didn't work out for him. And then and there's the Ronaldo signing. The end of March, we just managed to get him in time. And then Alejandro Gomez as well. again, this was more of a depth signing at the time. We suffered with quite a few injuries in the season, so it's just getting the bodies in the building at this point and trying to keep us on the line. And yeah, the one money signing we did make in January was bringing in Jed Spence to play this right back role. So at that time we were between a 4 at the back or a 5 at the back, so someone that could cover this whole right hand side was needed, because with the lack of money we were given, the only options we had really was to let Semedo and Sarabia leave on a free, and I believe both of them were on. Sarabia was our highest paid player and Semedo was up there too, with both their contracts expiring in the summer, so we let them leave on a free just to free up a wage budget. I think we had a lot of wage and no money, so let them go and kind of shifted some money about to let us bring in Spence as a replacement, and then freed up some cash here as well to pay these 2 loan fees and try and help us survive in the season. But yeah, as I mentioned, once Ronaldo joined the club, we switched into this more of a 4-2-3-1. So the aim for Spence to tuck in, make a back 3, two workhorses in the middle really, and Andre João Gomez. Aït-Nouri pushed up the sideline, and then tried to get runners, so more of a playmaker here in Arda Güler. Guedes getting down the touchline and getting balls into the box, and the same with Cunha, trying to get him in and around and beyond Ronaldo. But yes, we did it. We managed to survive, and I don't know how. It was stressful. It was painful. In these moments here, I was thinking, we are finished. This is never going to happen. And the losses to Fulham at this point, who weren't too far away from us, Everton as well around us, Brentford, and it was like, we're not going to get this done. And then somehow we made it through, and we made it through. And if you're interested in watching, I will upload the streams as well to the channel, so you can have a watch back and see just about how we managed to do it and where it was done. So yes, we managed to survive through trials and tribulations. We did it, but we stay there, and we stay in the league for next season, which means we don't have to drop down and try and build up from the Championship again, which will help the save massively. And hopefully next year we can somehow try and push forward to the top 10. See if we can build on the start Ronaldo gave us, and see if he's got another season in his legs and get some more bodies around him, some more runners, some more pace, and then hopefully he can take our chances for us. But yeah, if you guys are interested, I will stream season 2 on Twitch again, which I can post a link for down in the description, as well as adding a link for this save file if you're interested in having a go at it yourself. It was stressful, it was painful, but the reward I feel like is amazing. To get it done, to somehow survive is amazing. But yeah, guys, if you're interested, I will stream it as I mentioned, and then I'll be back for a review of season 2, and hopefully we've pushed up the leagues. Thanks for watching.